10 years ago was 2014. Do you follow yet? Because I kind of do. This was the year where we had ALS challenges, we had Vine instead of TikTok, the Bill Cosby scandals, you had all this random shit. The world was just in a different place, and with that, anime was at a completely different place that it is currently right now. This is the same year that Kohei Horikoshi dropped the very first chapter of My Hero Academia. Naruto released its very last chapter in November of this year. Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire came out. By the way, one of the best remakes. Hey, maybe not the best. Hey, we got some competition. You know, it's better than other ones, but hey, I don't know, who am I talking? I truly believe this year and a little bit of 2015 are the 2 years that totally skyrocketed anime into the mainstream climate that we see currently today. We're gonna keep it simple. We're gonna break it down by each season, so winter, spring, fall. But before we hop into the main 2014 anime, we just gotta give credit where it's due. There are a fuck ton of long running anime that was going on the entire time that these other anime were going on. So let's get these out the way. Throughout this whole year, we were going through the Chimera Ant arc in Hunter x Hunter. Guys and gals, I don't care what you say, this is the best arc. Dressrosa just started in the One Piece anime. You got the new Fits, Doflamingo coming in hot. Fujitora just got revealed as one of the first admirals post time skip. Naruto is going through its final arc in the anime, which again, controversial arc, but again, has some pretty hype moments. And lastly, we got the first season of Diamond No Ace. Again, one of the rare long-running sports anime that you really just don't see. All right, guys, let's hop in. Winter 2014. It's cold as fuck out here. We gonna kick it off with Noragami. Before we even start, there's gonna be this banger opening counter that I'm gonna have right here, and we're gonna start with this one because this opening's fire. 2014. I don't know what these bands were cooking. I don't know what was in they drink. I need that shit back in 2024. I'm gonna be honest. So if you guys weren't around during this point, this is the stage in anime where Bones and Madhouse were quite literally just running a house. And Bones did they thing when it came to Noragami. You got the cool ass sword swinging MC with Yato. Bishamon, I will never slander in my fucking life. When it comes to this badass woman in anime, this is one of the first ones I think of. The color schemes, when it just comes to all the character designs, it always just made the show pop when I was watching it from a week to week. And this isn't one of my top 10 favorite shows of all time, sure, but it's still one of the classic battle series of the 10s that I don't think anyone forgot it if you watch it. It's a banger. Nisekoi Season 1 Shaft, put it back in my veins. I miss you guys so much. Come back home. I miss you guys. Most people don't even remember that Shaft did this anime, but this is by far one of the biggest romances I'd probably say in the 10s, especially when it comes to harem. One, it came out on Weekly Shonen Jump, so you really don't see that many rom-coms in there, and this one really just made a name for itself. Plus they had the designs with the waifus, but I ain't gonna hold you. Shitoge to this day, still rocking her shit. I'm not even a Shitoge fan, I ain't gonna hold you. I'm Team Onodera. That's homegirl right there. But you just cannot look away from this lively animation and vibe that the anime brought to the table. Nisekoi is just one of those cases where it falls off so hard because they have the plot line with the lock and the key, and they just don't talk about it. It's what everybody wants to see, but they just blew about it for the entire series. We want the juice, we want the tea. And nah, we're gonna do a preach episode. Yo, they're gonna do a play. Let's do a play. Bro, I'm tired. I can't keep doing this. I really do not know how this was possible. How there were multiple people in the animation studio that greenlit this idea. You take two of man's biggest atrocities, cannibalism and incest, and you just fusion the bitch. I don't get it. I don't get it. Do new anime fans know about Pupa? Because I feel like this is one of the just dark secrets of anime that happened in the 10s that we just don't really talk about anymore because we don't want to. I did not watch Chumbio, but I will never skip the opportunity to mention a Kyoto animation project. Plus they gave us this gift right here, so who am I to complain? Engaged to the Unidentified is also a series that I did not watch, but meme material gotta mention it. And even though the following shows that I am about to mention technically came out in fall of 2013, they went into winter of 2014, so I'ma count them. They count. They were going on at the same time. The ending of Kill la Kill, come on, homie. Fuck with me, bro. Fuck with me. Trigger was in the fucking bag when they were making this season. This is everything that I really want out of a anime original project. Creativity, the freedom to kind of do what they want, fun characters, a fun premise, a fun power system. It's just vibes. Magi season 2. Why does this not have a season 3? I never understood. They gave us a Sinbad spin-off. I didn't watch that shit. I love Sinbad. I didn't watch that shit. This season 2 was sensational, especially the last part of Magi season 2 was probably its best content when it comes to the anime. This is where Aladdin was really getting in his bag and just started doing the coolest magic shit ever, because this nigga was supposed to be broken. He just started like combining fucking spells and shit. I'm like, come on, homie. Fuck him up. Alibaba's full Dijin was fucking insane. I love the power system designs throughout the entire show. And again, you have just like really lovable characters. You got Judar, fucking sick ass design. Morgiana, again, waifu, best girl, you already knew. Golden Time was one of my first ever college anime. And I feel like this anime really encompasses like a 2010s rom-com character design. I feel like most rom-coms looked like this during this time period. And I didn't watch Hajime no Ippo or Yowamushi Pedal during this time period as well, but they were going on representing sports anime. This is like when sports anime started like turning up a little bit. People were like, okay, this genre kind of fire. They also finished Kuroko no Basket season 2 during this season. While again Diamond no Ace is going on, this is the season of sports for real. Those are the major hitters when it comes to winter 2014. But let's hop into spring 2014. And the flowers are blooming as well as the bangers. We're starting with No Game No Life. Let's go. How on earth did this not get a season 2? I'm sorry, this might be a trend throughout the whole entire video, but how does this not get a season 2? This is like the perfect combination for what weebs really like in anime. You take this Death Note type dialogue when it comes to the way they approach games. You take waifus and put them in these very fun situations with this colorful, bright, and almost flamboyant aesthetic. And again, you're adding in games, all right? We're fucking weebs are gamers, bro. This shit was a vibe. And to top it all off, just sprinkle some isekai on here. This is when isekai was like new. You guys gotta remember, this is the point where an isekai wasn't even isekai yet. It was just people trying to get another SAO because they thought SAO season 1 was that good. I'm not gonna put this in the opening banger counter, but the opening it's pretty fire. You know, put it in there, put it in there. Haikyuu season 1 dropped its very first episode. When I tell you the sports in 2014 were popping off, they were popping off. And me personally, I'm one of those like Haikyuu over every other sports anime. This shit is the peak of sports anime in my opinion. This shit's goated. And even though I think season 1 is probably the weakest out of the 4 current seasons right now, it is still super exciting to see Hinata and Kageyama starting their journey from day 1, accompanied by 2 banger openings. The Haikyuu openings do not miss. Not a single one. Not a day in their life have they missed. You got Karasuno versus Albatross part 1. The very first like practice match between Karasuno and Nekoma, which we still haven't seen the garbage dump match in the movie yet. JoJo part 3 started up. I'm gonna be honest, this is my least favorite JoJo. I actually don't even like this JoJo. I ain't gonna hold you. Hate me if you want to. Talk to your mama. This year didn't even have like Dio in it like that. Like Dio just like be in the back like, oh, I'm gonna send my minions because you guys ain't shit. I'm gonna do my thing in Egypt. You feel me? Like out of all the JoJos, you gonna tell me this crew right here has the most sauce? Old ass Joseph Joestar, which again I love Joseph Joestar. He's like 3rd best JoJo to me. He is old as shit. Jotaro, the only one with the sauce in this group. Polynera, lame ass stand too. They got a fucking dog in their crew, bro. They got a fucking mutt. They got Avdol, which I'm not gonna hit on Avdol like that, but they kill him off for like half the show, so I'm like, okay. And I don't give a fuck about the rest of them, I wanna be honest. Like, Fairy Tail came back, people don't remember that Fairy Tail was like gone for like a minute. It had a whole tournament arc that they didn't even like finish. They were just like in the middle of a match, and then it just stopped, and then it came back in 2014. Was I peeping Fairy Tail? I was this year. 2014, I was watching it, and after a while, I forgot it's Fairy Tail, so I stopped watching it. Ping Pong, the animation, I'm telling y'all right now, if y'all haven't watched it, that's on you. I'm so sorry for your loss. I understand the art does look kind of dookie. Not even dookie, it's just different. It's just different though. It's not even bad. But when I tell you, if Haikyuu and Slam Dunk weren't a thing, this is by far the best sports anime adaptation, anything that I've ever seen in my life. This was an all-time 10 out of 10 show. If you can get past the art, and the animation is actually really good, you're gonna be in for a ride. Anything Chef that I watched, I'm going to mention in this video. I don't know if niggas remember Makaku City Actors, but I do. This anime is really cool because it's like based off like all these songs, and all these songs like represent like a certain character, and they just have like each episode like cover that song, and they like implement the song in the episode. So I can't tell you like shit about this plot. I ain't gonna hold you. Like the plot was there. The vibes though were fantastic because it's a Shaft anime. So you gave me good music, you gave me good animation, you gave me good vibes. I'm gonna watch it, bro. If you guys are on the border of watching this, just listen to Fantasy Forest by Makaku City Actors and be blown back. Okay, it's not that good. It's not that good. It's pretty good though. I'm a fan. Bokura wa Mina Kawaiso. Again, I had to read that one to say it right. Add this shit to the opening counter, bro. Add this shit right here. If you guys haven't heard this opening, it's so fucking good. This is also probably the most slice of life anime that I've ever watched in my entire life. Like there's like this like romance thing that's there, but it's not there, and they point to it, but they just blue ball you the whole time. 1 Week Friends, did y'all watch this shit? This is probably the most wholesome anime this entire year. I love this show. It's about this girl that would basically lose her memory every single week, so her friends would just refriend her every single week, and every week is just a different thing, and it's really sweet. It's so sweet because again, you don't have to do that. If you're gonna lose your memory every single week, if you don't talk to her again after the 1 week, you don't have to, but they make the effort to come back, be friends with her, have their moments, have their times. It's so wholesome. It's so sweet. Who remembers Soul Eater or not? Not me. No, this show's ass. Guys, we're hitting summer 2014. I don't know if this season or fall 2014 is going to be better. I think it's up for preference, but this season's pretty crazy, guys. We're gonna start off strong. We got Tokyo Ghoul season 1, guys and gals. I know this anime adaptation is not that good in comparison to manga. I read the manga just because of that fact. Even still, most niggas did not read the manga at this point. And to this day, this anime is for sure one of the biggest anime, not even in the 10s, but in general, to ever come out. This thing is a generational anime, and with it comes a generational first opening. Give it up for opening one. Come on, to the counter. Just do it. Again, it's not the best adaptation. Piero is literally one of the most shit studios I've ever seen in my life, but it's still one of those shows that are really hard to hate. I think if you still go into a hot topic, there's gonna be a Tokyo Ghoul shirt waiting for you there. And this is the start of one of the biggest franchises in anime, and they gave life to the manga, some people's like favorite manga of all time. It's super great. Next, we're going to go into Akame ga Kill. Say what you will, I know it fell off, but when it was popping, the shit was popping, and tell me I'm wrong. It doesn't really start falling off until like the last like 8 episodes, when like you start like catching on to the bullshit. But before like they kill off their whole cast, hey, is shit not fire? Hey, also, don't think I forgot. Opening comment? Your boyfriend was fucking with Azizeth before he was fucking with you, sweetheart. Night Raid is still one of the coolest names for a crew. Plus, when they were alive, they were actually going kind of crazy. Plus, the powers that they had for each character, that was so different from character to character. I'm sorry, it was super cool. I love this. SAO season 2. I forgot this was a thing, bro. I forgot it was a thing. I forgot it was a thing. No, people do not fuck with SAO season 2. It's probably like the least popular of the SAO seasons. Even SAO season 3, like whatever. The alkalization, whatever that shit is, had like a little bit of a fan base. It wasn't obviously like season 1 heavy, but it still had its own little fan base. Season 2, just people were disappointed. people were upset. SAO season 1 was such a generational anime that there was no way that season 2 was gonna follow up on the hype. And you know, season 2 didn't do the stuff that season 1 did. It's a whole different plot, it's a whole different game. It has like little stakes in comparison to season 1, so it just didn't get gassed as much. Shino was cool. Shino was a great design. Everything else, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. It just wasn't that good, for real. New spring ride. I'm gonna say right now, I am so biased. I love this shit with all my heart. I wish I had like an anime ending counter for this year, but if I did have one, this is for sure on there. Blue by Fuji Fabric is still... I'll stop. I gotta stop. I'm gonna start creaming. I'm gonna look the fool. Ko is still toxic as fuck, but I love you for that. You do your thing. And the side characters make the show feel so whole and complete. I love all of them with my heart. I'll give them a hug if I could. Gekkan Shoujo Nozaki is probably the most unserious anime of this entire year. Fuck the romance part of this. I don't give a fuck. This is actually the most comedic show probably this entire year. And this shit would have me on the floor dying every single time. Plus, don't think I forgot. Opening counter, let's put it on there. It's gas. It's fucking gas. It's fucking fire. Can't hate on Barakamon either. I don't think you can hate on a show that tries to be so peaceful and zen like Barakamon is trying to do. And I didn't watch Zankia no Terror, but I know it is a fan favorite from this year. Plus, this is one of the first big MAPPA works before MAPPA was the MAPPA that we know today. So I find it really interesting how like a show like this can like escalate the company to build its way to doing like Attack on Titan and Jujutsu Kaisen and all the other wild ass show that MAPPA has done so far. All right, guys, I told you it's summer and it's fall 2014 that are crazy, fucking nuts. And we're hopping into fall right now. Last season, we started off with Tokyo Ghoul. This season, we're starting off with Your Lie in April. Oh, come on with me. Come on. I gotta get out the way. It's a music anime and they delivered on the opening and endings. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. This opening for 1 and 2 are so good. This is probably the biggest and most iconic music anime to ever come out. Again, I don't know how big the competition is for music anime. You got like PBK, Euphorium, you got Nodame, Contable, Bocchi the Rock. Like it's not the biggest category ever. You got like Given, but it's still like a fucking banger ass music anime. It's also one of the best romance anime that ever came out as well. It's also one of the best drama anime to ever come out as well. I'm not even glazing right now. I'm just spinning the facts. The last episodes are one of the best last episodes of all the anime. And Argue with Your Mama, that letter at the end, I was weeping. I was in my feelings. And again, you're packaging all this with these very well done music scenes. I could never read the manga to Your Lie in April because I just know the anime is just that good. 7 Deadly Sins released its first episode. You guys know that next season we're getting like a 7 Deadly Sins spin-off season 2. This show started 10 years ago. I just don't understand. I've said like 3 anime so far this year that deserve a season 2. And then we're getting shit like this. But during this time, it was different. 7 Deadly Sins was the shit. This is around the time where Naruto literally just ended. People like need another like battle shonen-y type thing. Fairy Tail's back, but again, this is like the better Fairy Tail that people are gassing it up to be. And season 1 is iconic. Season 1 and season 2 are both really good seasons of 7 Deadly Sins. Plus opening counter, this shit's also fantastic as well. Characters that had like these very like cult fan bases, like people really love Ban, people really love King. And this is before even like Escanor came out. The show had the hype and it deserved the hype that it did. Parasite, the Maxim peak. Madhouse, when I'm telling you, Madhouse was different. During the 10s, it was different. I really love when anime take like these older series and just bring it back and just give it like a just new, fresher twist, giving it to an audience that probably would have not even known about Parasite in the first place. They paced it beautifully. I'm not gonna put it in the opening counter, even though I can. I think it fits the show really well. No, I don't be bumping it like that, but it's for sure pretty good. I won't put it there. There we go, dude. Get in there. Not a big Fate fan, but I had to mention it because people were fucking losing their shit over Fate during this time. Crazy animation, multiple, kind of going crazy. I don't give a fuck, alright? Gilgamesh, I'll give you that. Pretty cool. Everything else, I'm asleep. You hear that? sleep. You know how the Don is one of PL's just few bangers, actually. I'm surprised they actually pulled off this series as well as they did. Obviously, the show doesn't have like the crazy animation or anything like that, but it felt like a really well done anime for the time. I think this is one of the strongest female MCs that we've gotten during this decade. Amagi Brilliant Park, again, killer animation, doing its thing. Just super lighthearted, super bright. And this anime is the definition of just fun. We already know Kyoto Animation are gods when it comes to making waifus. This is like the most like by the book Kyoto Animation project. But again, it's Kyoto Animation. I can never hate on this studio. Wolf Prince is one of those animes that I was like, oh shit, that was a show. I forgot. I think it just followed that like rom-com 2010s approach almost too well. I think during the 2010s, like rom-com was where isekai is right now, where they have a formula to an extent. They don't get together until the end of the show. Like they don't like kiss or anything until the end. They just kind of like blue ball you until like you get to that like climax. And again, it was fine. I think I would never rewatch it, but in 2014, this is what was hitting at the time. Shirobako, probably the most informative anime ever on like kind of how your favorite anime does get developed. I did talk about this like in one of my previous videos. It also combines it with like the cute girls doing cute thing aesthetic. So if you're into cute girls doing cute things, plus you also just want to know like, hey, like this is kind of how anime gets made, especially if it's like a crazy anime a little bit. You can kind of like put yourself in the feet of the animators a little bit more. Truly sad about how World Trigger ended up. This is like one of those shows, again, Naruto just ended, so a lot of people are looking at World Trigger as like, oh, this is like the new long running shonen anime that's gonna be out. And it's super sad that like the author really had the health issues that they had, and I don't think the show was gonna be anything more than what it was. I just think the health crisis between mangaka is super sad, and I don't think it helped the series at all. And I do think this series did bring a lot to the table, but just in comparison to its contemporaries, I do think it was just a little bland in comparison. I need to read this one to put it out there, but Dana ga nani wo iteru ka wakaranai ken. Did I kill this or nah? I think I did pretty good with that shit. It's a long ass name. That's kind of hard to say. This is one of the first shorts that I have ever watched, and I don't really watch that many shorts, but this is a good one. I thought this is actually a really strong short. Y'all remember Terraform Mars? It's fucking some bullshit, bro. Going like 2014, 2015, even a little bit into 2016, people were just so lost after Naruto. They just did not know what to do with themselves. They would just gas up shows that they thought were going to be hype. And I know the manga is better than what this shit ass anime was, but this is like one of the anime that, again, like Naruto just ended. Like fucking Naruto YouTubers were trying to gas up Terraform Mars, and that shit was some bullshit, bro. It just wasn't good. This is a year that you can't forget. I can't believe how many generational and just long-lasting anime spawned from just this year. And this was 10 years ago. This person, when I started getting more in tune when it comes to the anime community, this is when I'm watching more seasonal anime. This is where I'm like doing more like community stuff, where I'm like looking on all these forums. And you guys remember like Anime Amiibo? This is like when Anime Amiibo was a thing. Like, that shit was hype, bro. That shit was hype. That shit was different, bro. I don't think y'all remember Anime Amiibo. Do they still have that? But what were some of you guys' favorites from this year? Were there anything that I forgot that was kind of relevant, or that you just watched that you think people should peep? Either way, guys, thank you guys for watching to this point in the video. Guys and gals, these were my playing thoughts.